Hey ladies and gentlemen, I'm back and I just wanted to do a quick video because I'm very limited on time, but you should see the way I have this set up. If you saw my setup right now, you would be laughing. The camera is propped up on a vase, so it might be shaky. I have very poor lighting because I'm over in the studio, and I just wanted to show you some trays of the glass cabochons that I had made from vintage Jabo marbles and other marble companies. So there were a few vintage companies that I used in these, so the colors and the swirls may not just be all Jabo. I wore one of the rings that I did, and this is the style of ring and jewelry that I would like to construct out of these, and then bring them to YouTube to then sell. So I did a split shank, sterling silver, and inset the marble in a sawtooth bezel. It's all sterling silver hand constructed. The 4 little dots, that was just an element that I felt mimicked the central circle and framed it quite well. So it was basically all about the marble or the stone, if you would, you know, be willing to call it a stone. And they do wear very well. I've had this one for about 8 years and I've worn it a lot. And you can see that there are really beautiful swirls of color in that. Blue aventurine, and just the swirls are really beautiful, and a sterling silver ring. So very wearable, a very good size. Let me slip this one off. A very good size for a ring. I'm also going to do pendants and also panel bracelets. So if you would be interested in a bracelet, I could custom make the size between anywhere between a 5 and an 8. Would be appropriate size for a bracelet. And then the pendants, I was just going to do a single stone or maybe a larger stone and then a small stone drop. That's my thought process. A ring that inspired me that someone had commented on in one of my videos. It is a beautiful smoky quartz and really naturalistic mounting from the late 60s, 70s. I bought this back in the day at the Burton Antique Show when me and my mom went, like 1992. I think I was 17 at the time, or maybe I was 18 at the time, but I was a very forward-thinking child, and I really loved this ring. And it was only $20 back then, and what a great end result. Wonderful faceting on the stone, and definitely a naturalistic mounting. All right, enough of that. But an inspiration for the mountings that I wanted to do. Let me step back here and grab 2 more. So this is also what I was thinking about doing with these glass cabochons, is doing mountings like this. And a fancy gallery wire, and then a simple shank system. I could design a fancier shank system if someone wanted to, but I'm thinking of these as commission work. But can you imagine that sawtooth bezel around such a beautiful swirled glass? That would be a beautiful thing, a beautiful end result, and very wearable. So there's that. I think the color of the video has shifted a little bit. Let me try and lighten this up a little bit. And there is kind of a yellow cast for some reason. And then another one that I made, which was moonstone, and you've seen this ring before. This is in one of my other videos. What I was thinking of doing is I could mimic the circular forms of these slumped stones and imagine that in the center, and then I can construct, you know, if a buyer didn't want that complex of a nest of silver pebbles around it, I could just do one border. I could do riveted border. I could set a few in a pattern and then make a larger plate that then they sit on, but these are all sterling silver that I constructed. I like that ring. I'm going to leave it on right now. So look at these stones. The reason why I brought this on is to show you some of the trays and some of the variants in colors. Again, these have been stored away for a while, so they are dusty, and I just didn't, you know, I didn't feel it necessary to go through and clean all these trays because these are just stored. But look at some of the colors and some of the patterning. And the only reason why I brought this on is to show you where I'd like to head this year. I would love to be able to create sterling silver mountings for these and custom make these for people. And look at the directional nature of that. it reads beautifully right there. You know, could I mount it another way? Sure, I probably could. Do I like it? Oh, I like it that way too, but I really like it that way. Anyways, some of these are opalescent. Some of them have blue and green aventurine. And then look at the swirl on this one. Just some of these patterns and colors are really beautiful. And what happened when these were slumped into these cabochons, I was concerned that the colors would become muddy or murky or not be separate. And these are really beautifully constructed with their swirls and their patterns, that they didn't get muddy and grayed down. They really held their colors very well, and they stayed very true to what the patterning was on the marbles. Some of these marbles were from the 50s and 60s, and they were broken or chipped, severely chipped. And I thought, what am I going to do with these? So this is what we did. It was me and my friend Mary, and she was such an amazing glass artist. Look at look at the green iridescent in that one. Really, really special, and almost a positive and a negative in that one. Or look at the balance in that, you know, as a stone. And again, flat on the back, so would be easily mounted by me. The depth of them, I could adjust the bezels according to the depth of the stone. So there, I just wanted to show some of the ones that I was, you know, able to set into jewelry. And I would be so excited to try this and, you know, make some jewelry to bring to the masses, to bring to people who would like to own one of my originals. And it has inspired me to go through a lot of my materials, and I wouldn't really want to set these in anything other than sterling. I think they're important enough to be set in silver. And look at the translucency in this one, to where you can really see through some of that, and some is opaque, some is transparent, but the swirls and the coloration of some of them is just magical. Some of the colors of pink and red are always very fugitive in glass, and quite expensive to get in color. So you can take all those in, and I'll just let you kind of shop that tray. And then these were the odd ones that when they were slumped, something had happened, whether two ran together and kind of caused a barbell or a dual design. And then these were very interesting, because can you imagine that as a pendant? Beautiful for a pendant. And look at this one. This one almost takes on, you know, the form of an insect. You know, if someone said, hey, can you mount that as a spider or a beetle? And I could put silver legs on it, silver antenna, or silver eyes at the top of it, and make some sort of beetle, scarab, cicada. What an incredible end result for just the blank canvas for me to go absolutely crazy in my studio. And of course, my excitement is... You can feel it. I'm so inspired and so driven now to then share some of my creations. And I am absolutely motivated. And I hope that the response is as desirable as what I'm feeling in my heart. I think this is, you know, not a new career path for me, but most certainly a path that I would be very happy to take. This one's extremely special. This one's one of my favorites. Look at the patterning on, quote, the head, and then the body, and I would just grind this little bit down and then rock the bezel over. But you can see that wearability-wise, you could be a pin, it could be a pendant, you can turn it into a spider ring. It could be a ring for sure. That's a definite Jason creation. But look at this one. Almost like an agate or a jasper, a hard stone, but colors that we would never see in Mother Nature. At least the combination of this we wouldn't see in Mother Nature, so special. And then larger ones that, you know, she was going to redo these, and I said, no, 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 please don't. Leave them alone and send them to me. But as a wearable sculpture, there's something there in that is just magnificent, magical, almost ethereal, heavenly. Now this one, you know, again, I have so many trays of them, but I only pulled out so many trays to show you. This one was some of the smaller, more jewel tones or opalescence. Look at that one, and the blue swirl in this one, paired with the red. Some of these color combinations were just extremely, extremely successful. And again, a ring or a pendant, and just beautiful luster on them as well. Like very well finished, I should say. This tray was some of my favorites. I have definite favorites, but some of the color combinations, like this one, I just don't think I could sell that one. I think that's gonna stay with me. I would well imagine that that's gonna be turned into a larger ring for me, and I could imagine setting it up on a pedestal so it's kind of hovering above the finger, something up, you know, like lava, something above, like make a little cone shape and set this up on top of it. I do have visions. As soon as I see certain things, I do start to get design ideas and virtual renderings in my mind. Look at this one. Now, this is going to be hard to pick up on camera, but this one has just a very special everything. Everything going on in there is special and incredible, and something that I love. Like, I truly down deep love this. Again, flat back and ready to be set into a ring. It screams, please put me on your finger, and I would say absolutely yes. Let me go on to this side of this tray. Sorry for the haphazardness of the video, but I'm just trying to get some more content up for you and give the idea as to where I think I'm gonna head. I never thought this would be possible, and you all have been so incredibly, incredibly kind with loving my art and loving my silver work and loving my jewelry and my wearable sculpture, that this was almost meant to be. And destiny has a large part in all of our lives. And when I've seen other YouTube channels being successful in promoting themselves as artists, but doing what they were supposed to do, I really believe that I was supposed to be making jewelry. And I think I got a little sidetracked in life, you know, to pay the bills and to make a living. And this would be one heck of a way to celebrate my work, to go back in and start making things out of these. Now, let me go to this last tray, and then I'm going to call this video quits, but look at the reds in these, you know? So there's something for everybody in these, and I think that they're both male and female. I think they are both something that a man could enjoy and something that a woman would adore. I just think that there's something for everyone in these, and again, look at this one. Almost like water with a reef underneath. The movement and the energy in these, but the color combinations, like nothing we've ever seen before. I'm going to continue to work on ideas for drawings. I will not mass produce anything as of now. I thought about going into designing costume jewelry and, you know, making... Oh, look at these tiny little ones, by the way. Look at how little these are. And these were almost lost, you know, but look at that. It's a perfect, you know, agate, even though it's not. It's just glass. Anyways, so getting on to... Oh, look at this little one. I can't believe the size of this. And it's like a little piece of heaven. You know, that's, you know, another silversmith would say, no, I'm not up for the challenge to set that. And I'm like, oh no, I'm absolutely up for the challenge to set that. I will make a bezel and I will set that. It will become the eye of something. It will become an exclamation point on a piece, a drop. Anyways, super excited. Thanks for bearing with me. Sorry I got a little crazy in this video. Well, I'm not sorry, but I do regret when I go crazy or get hyper. But these things just make me extremely happy. So there you go. There's kind of a little bit more of a visual information as to where I'm going to head. Thank you so much for putting up with me. As you know, mwah, I absolutely love you.